Jay and his wife are child-free, and he has profoundly shaped his life and how he approaches his finances. When he searched for financial advice, he realized that most of it assumes that you have kids, which did not align with his goals. That's why he founded Childfree Wealth, to offer financial planning tailored to his community's unique needs. With over a decade of experience as a business coach, a PhD in adult learning from the University of Connecticut, and an MBA from CSCU, he brings a wealth of knowledge to the table. As a fee-only, flat fee fiduciary, certified financial planner, and child-free wealth specialist, he is committed to helping you create a financial plan that supports the vision that you have for your life, free from assumptions that don't fit your lifestyle. Coming to the stage, Dr. Jay Zigmont.
All right, got to start with some audience participation. How many of you have ever stood on a stage and given a public speaking? Anybody? Okay, just about everybody. How many of you have given a TEDx talk? Okay, we got like a couple. How many before you got on the stage for your TEDx talk were asked, are you wearing a bulletproof vest? Just me? Oh. See, I was asked that question. And to get you to understand why, I got to help you understand where I got to that point. When I was studying to become a CFP, what I found was there was never once a mention of living your life without kids. Everything assumes you either do have kids or you will have kids. You're following the standard life script. You're following the standard American dream. That's it. So that was about 5 years ago. And since then, I've been working on talking to child-free people about their life and finances and talking to financial people about child-free people. So I will take any stage I can find, any podcast, by the way, there will be a call to action for all of you, to talk about this. And that red dot for that TEDx stage, that's the big times. Yeah, there's the bigger TED stage, but boy, it'd take a lot to get there. So I said, all right, I need to get on that. And I ended up doing it in Alabama. Now, for those of you that are on the coasts, there's a different world in the South than there is on the coast. The Southern Baptist Church recently put out a report saying, we have a problem with willful childlessness. And I'm like, whatever the heck that means. But in Alabama, they had hit a population cliff. They had more people dying each year than being born. So I said, okay, let me go try. So I sent in a pitch, and if you ever do the TEDx, it's a grueling process. 300 people applied for 8 positions. You got to do a whole prep. And they actually let me speak. That's cool. And I had joked with my team. I said, look, I'm going to Alabama. I'm going to say you can't change people's minds about having kids. And by the way, if you want to keep the economy growing, you need to embrace legal immigration. And I said, I might get my tires slashed. You think I'm joking, that's absolutely the truth. Because here's the thing. The government right now is trying to, quote unquote, convince people to have kids. I live in Tennessee. Last month, they passed a bill and a proclamation. The bill said in every school we have to teach the success sequence. You go to school, you get married, you have kids. They also replaced Pride Month with Nuclear Family Month. Nuclear family defined as one dad, one mom, and kids. So for all of us living a different life, the single parents, the LGBTQ+, the child-free, that's not in the script because our economy needs constant growth. If the economy stays where it's at and people keep with the fertility rate where it's at, our GDP will drop by about 4% over the next 20 years. That puts us in a sustained recession, depression, probably collapses Social Security. And I've been on podcasts where somebody said, it's your fault as child-free people to kill Social Security. I'm like, yeah, just us. I mean, definitely us. So the only other option is to do legal immigration. So I was preparing for my TED Talk, and I'm in the speaker lounge, and I'm talking to one of the speakers, and we're talking about what our talk is, and I explained to her what I was doing, and she looks at me and says, did you wear a bulletproof vest? And I'm like, should I? See, the part of the story I didn't tell you was that was the week Charlie Kirk was shot. And I know you all are very passionate about the people you serve. But here I am going on a stage going, am I going to put my life at risk? And I'm willing to because child-free people are an underrepresented, underserved community that doesn't get the stage. So here's my call to action, all of you. All of you have some type of outlet somewhere or something you're doing. Please make your education inclusive of child-free people. If you're talking about retirement, you're talking about estate planning, 25% of the U.S. are child-free, 25% of your content should be about child-free finances. And now, mind you, if you're doing like a parent-only podcast, maybe it's a little stretch, but you can do that. So here's what I want you to do. I don't have a QR code because I would have messed that up. I want you to connect with me on LinkedIn, all right? So take out your phones, connect with me on LinkedIn, and let's make some content together. Because what we really need in the child-free community and what we really need in the U.S. across are allies. We need people who are willing to stick their neck out so that we don't literally have to take a bullet for it.